The carbon tax in BC was introduced in 2008 by the BC Liberals under then Premier Gordon Campbell. So, why is the BC United, formerly the BC Liberals, now calling for a cut to that carbon tax on home heating fuels?
Well, we need to look at, obviously, there's been a significant time since that was brought in, but we need to look at what it was and what it is now. Of course, when Gordon Campbell brought it in, it was $10 a ton. It was revenue neutral, meaning all those collected funds were given right back into lower income taxes. They were given back into innovation to companies to help innovate. Of course, now under the NDP government and David Eby, 2018, I think it became not revenue neutral. So it is now basically a tax grab. It's $65 a ton right now. And of course, expected to rise up to $175 a ton. And, we're looking at a lot of the program that you've been talking about right now is affordability. People are broke. 70% of people, 50% of people are $200 away from insolvency, not being able to pay their bills every month. And, we've seen the cost of fuel is probably the biggest factor on that, and the cost of groceries. So we are looking at what are better ways that we can do to, first of all, work within the affordability issues that we're having, as well as new and innovative ways to, of course, look at climate change.
And when you talk about the carbon tax not being revenue neutral, has the BC government not expanded eligibility for the carbon tax, increased the climate rebates, climate tax rebates in order to ensure more British Columbians can take advantage and will receive more in return? I'm just wondering, is the carbon tax as financially onerous on households as you make it sound?
Well, I'll tell you, there's a couple of things. They're collecting a heck of a lot more than they're distributing, first of all. But secondly, let's look at, I'm here in Fort St. John right now. We've actually in the middle of a bit of a snowstorm as we speak. We've already had minus 20-degree weather up here. We're sitting, I think, at minus 10 right now. We're 5 or 6 months in winter, and a lot of what we're looking at, and of course the federal conservative leader Pierre Poilievre, had mentioned about axing the tax. We're looking at the announcement under Trudeau about what is equal, and in Atlantic Canada they're talking about removing the carbon tax on home heating oil.
Mm-hmm.
What we've been calling for, and Kevin Falcon of the BC United been calling for, is we should be doing the same. I have no choice up here in Fort St. John other than to heat my home with natural gas. And, I've got my bill here looking at it, and I'm anywhere from $70 upwards of $100 every billing of
And
just carbon tax alone.
do you not have
And
a choice
I
to
don't,
switch to heat pumps?
the heat pumps don't work when it's 35, 40 below. I will still need to augment, for 4 months of the year with either a forced air heat or electricity.
Sure, but wouldn't that
Well,
make a difference?
No, it would not. If you look at it, if it bumps you into the next tier on your hydro, you're going to be paying significant amount of hydro costs. And then the cost of the heat pumps. They're still not free. They are still not free. There's still a significant amount of work or a significant amount of income that you need to contribute to a heat pump. And going back to the conversation, right now, people, and this is across British Columbia, no different than up here in the north, when you're deciding, all right, is it between medication this month? Is it between buying groceries? What am I going to be cutting this month? I'll tell you right now, it's not heat pumps, and that additional cost is not in people's minds. It's trying to just get through the month.